Welcome everybody to the Actors Academy, the place where you're going to get great audition tips. And that's what we're talking about today. How to audition, what are some tips, tricks, and things that you can do to be a better auditioner. So what do we got to do? We got to first start a little bit back at the beginning. So we got to start over and go a little bit into the past here real quick. Because it's great, one, that you get to go into the audition room. That's what this main part of the video is going to be about. But also there's a process to getting into that audition room, and specifically what type of audition rooms you can get into. So first, what I want to say is the headshot. So we're just going to talk about a little bit of the stuff in the past, what you have to do leading up to getting to go to these auditions, because it's going to help you get hopefully more auditions and maybe better auditions than you're getting. The first thing to think about is headshots. You need to have great headshots. I've talked about this in several videos before, how to go about getting headshots. And if you want to go and see my video on that, just literally go and look up in the YouTube search how to get a headshot. And I think I'm one of the first ones that come up or something like that. Now, someone recently posted in a comment asking about different colors and what they should wear for headshots, that they'd heard something about you shouldn't wear black or white. You should only wear like red, blue, greens, and purples or whatever colors and all that. I don't know who said it, but that's completely wrong. Wear what you look good in. If you look great in black, then wear black. If you look great in white, then wear white. You know, if you're going to go and get your photo taken, I mean, these are professional photographers, right? They're going to be able to work with whatever you have. Your job as the actor, as the individual, is to make sure, okay, you show up, you look as best as you can for your shots, and then you have the clothes that you want to wear. So if you look great in black, wear black. If you look great in white, wear white. If you look great in green, blue, pink, whatever, then wear those colors. Wear what you look good in. Now, you know, there's an element of knowing, okay, what type of agents are you going for? Are you going more for the Disney crowd kind of agents? Okay, maybe then bright colors might work. Red, green, purple, blue type of thing. Sure, you could maybe then go for that. But in general, if you're trying to just have a broad spectrum, technically, actually, it's better if you had, say, colors like black or white, maybe even brown, depending, but those kind of colors usually work best. In the end, what I'm trying to say is get good headshots, and colors don't matter as long as you look good on them. If you look good, that's all that matters. Don't worry about this or this or this. You're working with a professional photographer, so the lighting and everything, they can adjust that for you. If you're working with a good photographer, if you're working with someone who's super cheap and they're like, you have to wear these colors, yeah, you know, then maybe then you'll have to do that. But for the most part, if you're working with a good photographer, you can wear whatever you want because it's their job to make you look good. Okay, the second little tip here, this is pre-going to the auditions and everything, is just to build up as many skills as you can. Get as many things under your belt. Learn how to play an instrument, learn how to dance, learn how to do different things because you get to also incorporate them onto your resume. And then when your agent's going through and looking at these things, they know, oh, okay, you play, for example, piano. Great, I can send you now on roles for piano. Oh, you're an athlete. Okay, I can send you out for roles that are athletes. You get more that you can audition for. So if you do multiple things, if you do play music, if you do, say, do wrestling or boxing or skateboarding, these are examples. You don't have to do these, but you get to pick. If you do have these things under your belt, they open up a bigger range for you to audition. So there's tons of projects out there that they're looking for skateboarders. But if you don't skateboard, you're probably not going to get sent out for it, because the agent doesn't want to send you out for an audition that you can't do. And it might be kind of embarrassing if you're in the audition room and there's a skateboard and they say, okay, just, you know, show us one trick, two tricks, and then you fall on your face. I mean, it's not a pretty thing. So make sure, you know, you can actually do it. Don't lie. I was in an audition once where a guy said that he could sing. And then the casting director asked him if he could sing, because there was a group of us of 4 that went in for this one, and we were all there, and then he's like, yeah, sure, I can sing, because he told him he could sing, and he's there, and he goes, you know what, I can actually sing. I was like, what? So this guy, basically what happened was he lied. He said, yes, I can sing, I can do this, because he wanted to be more appealing to the casting director, saying, okay, I have this talent. But ultimately, it was a lie, and it backfired big time in his face. So don't lie, actually have a skill, but make sure you're starting to learn new skills as you go along in your life. You know, it's 2019, guys. We're at the beginning of the year. Start learning something. Think, okay, for the next 3 months or maybe even the whole year, I'm going to be learning this one new thing. And you can pick how many things you want to learn. Of course, the more the better. But you guys get what I'm saying. Pick something that you guys can actually learn, because it'll help you to be able to audition for more projects and different projects in the future at that. Right. So now we're going to be done with the past. Now we're going to be in the present. Okay. So now you've done all these different things, and now you have an audition before you. Now, when you go to this audition room, here are some tips that you need to know. 1, make sure that you have your stuff memorized. You've really worked at it. If you haven't worked on it, they're going to tell. You're going to walk into the room and you're going to have your script, and you're going to kind of be looking at the script and not paying attention to them. It won't work very well. When you go into this audition room, you're going to be reading with somebody. Now, when you're reading with this person, it's best if you can connect with them while you're reading when you're doing the scene. You don't really want to be here and then looking at your lines for 70% of the time and 30% at them. It's okay to go back and forth a little bit through your lines, of course, why not? But you don't want to be spending a whole 70% here and then only 30% looking at the person you're talking to. You want it to be reversed, and maybe not even those amounts. Maybe it's 85% you're looking at them, 15, maybe 20% you're not looking at them, but that's still kind of a big amount. You really want to connect with that person you're reading with, because the camera is going to be watching you. They have everything in the right angle. Like, when you go to these auditions, they want you to be good. They want you to be the part. So they have lighting set up, and they have, not all the time, but a lot of the times they'll have lighting set up for you. So when you come in, you look nice. They have the camera set up, and they have a specific angle of where the person you're talking to is and where the camera is. So it's purposely to get you, so they can look at you and see, hey, do we want you for the project? But now, if you're here and you're talking with the person only 30% of the time and 70% is here, what's the camera going to get? The camera's going to get you looking down here. Remember, there's 1,000 words that can be told just by looking in someone's eyes. So if your eyes are down here, they're missing a lot of it. They gotta see you. You gotta be looking at the other person. So you want to come in prepared. That means doing your work. That means really going through the lines, getting them memorized first. Get those lines memorized. Then you got to go through and find out, okay, now that I have my lines memorized, what's going on in this scene? What's happening? And you're figuring this out along the way. It's not saying, okay, get your lines all memorized first, then you do this. You're kind of doing it at the same time. While you're memorizing your lines, you're also figuring out, hey, what's going on in the scene? You're going through it multiple times. Now, there's an app that I want you guys to get that will help you guys. It's completely free. It's called Tap. With this app, all you do is it counts every time you tap. So you open up your phone, you get the app out, it's called Tap. You tap, and a number will appear, 1. You tap again, 2. You tap again, 3. This will help you memorize your lines, because a lot of people think that they're going through their lines a ton of times, and maybe they've gone through it 8 times, and like, yes, I've gone through it so much, I don't have my lines memorized. Well, maybe you're a person that has to go through your lines more. You get your lines, you go through it, and it doesn't have to be memorized now. You just hold the script, you look at it, you go through all the lines, you say your lines, then you tap. That's 1. Then you do it again all the way through. Then you tap. Once you've gone through, and now let's say pick a big number. Let's say you've gone through this 30 times, right? You can go more. Maybe it's less, but let's just say we're picking a number. It's 30. You go through it 30 times. You click on it. You see you're going to be much better memorized on those lines. Maybe it's not perfect yet, but you're going to be a lot better because you've been going through it so many times. 30 is a big difference from 8. This is something that I see from a lot of actors, and you might be this actor, and it might surprise you if you get this free app and try it out. It actually is something that will help you, and I use it when I need to. I'll pull it out, and I'll say, okay, I just got to go through these lines a lot. So I can track myself. I can see how many times I'm going through it. And you'll find out for you how many times it will take for you to actually start to memorize lines. Maybe for you, you'll find a common thread is to go through it 8 times, 5 times, 3 times. Maybe it's 30 times. I don't know. Maybe it's 30 now, and it'll be 20 in 2 months, and then 10, and then it'll be shorter and shorter. But you got to do what's going to help you. All right? So I want you guys to get that. You guys can keep track of how many times you're actually going through it. Now, from there, you have your audition, you've done your scene, then make sure when you leave, you're polite. So you've done all the work, everything's done, you were at home, you memorized all your lines, you showed up, you presented the work, you were looking at them more than you were looking at your script because you've done all the work in the past. You're at this audition, you're happy to be here, you can do whatever they want you to do, and now you gotta leave. Well, don't just be here and think, okay, so you do your lines, blah, 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 okay, great, awesome, I went to the park, yes. That would be the dumbest thing in the world. You're there, you're all of a sudden you're here, and then you just walk out. No connection, no nothing, because they're still people, right? So imagine you're in a room and you're talking with somebody, and all of a sudden, you stop talking and then they just walk away. How weird would that be? Wouldn't you be like, why'd they do that? That was kind of weird. You're not going to be remembered in a good way if you just walk out of the room because you're so nervous or you're so scared. And also, what you don't want to do, this second thing here, is you don't want to, if you mess up at all, say you didn't do very well. Don't show them that you didn't do well. Maybe they'll know you didn't do well. It's very, very possible. But let's say they don't recognize it. Let's say they think you did good. But now if you walk out of there and your head's down and you seem like you're all depressed and you're like, oh, I sucked at that line. I didn't get it down. And then you go and then you leave. Well, then they're going to think, oh, yeah, you know what? He didn't do very well at all. If you didn't do well, don't show them you didn't do well. At least make them think you did well. That's going to be a really big benefit for you guys because you're going to have auditions that won't be good. You will have some auditions that will be great. You can't always control which ones will be good and great. Sometimes you're just going to have an off day. You can't control that. But what you can control is how you enter that room, how you are in the room, and how you leave that room. So if you're there and you're not doing very good, at least walk out with your head held high. Don't just walk down and think, okay, I sucked, I did really bad. It's going to screw you up, and they're not going to want you to be there. Now, going back a little bit to what I was saying, don't just walk out of the room and not say anything. It's weird. Thank them. Be polite to them. Be kind. Because remember, they are still people. It's just imagine you're in any situation with somebody, and they don't treat you like a person. They treat you like a robot, or they just walk in, hi, okay, here's my stuff, okay, bye, and they just leave. It's weird. Be polite. Be kind. All right, I hope this makes sense to you guys. Make sure you pay attention to what you have to do at the beginning, in the beginning stages and processes to get to this point. I didn't want to start the video just saying, okay, here we are right here in this point. It doesn't make sense because I'm starting you then on spot S, where you have to go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G before you get to here. So we got to take a little bit of some steps. So I didn't want to just start right here because it takes some steps to get here. Maybe not all of you are at this stage yet, but you have to work at some of these stages here, all right? So I hope that makes sense to all you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with everything. Thank you for being here. It's always great to have you guys. I love making these videos for you. You've all been very supportive. Again, we've almost reached 1 million views. That's amazing. I can't believe we've almost reached that, and it's all because of the support of you guys. Remember, there is still the 10-hour acting masterclass, so if any of you are interested in going into this further, really deepening yourself into this, really knowing what you need to do as an actor, the blueprint. See, not many people give you a blueprint. That's what my course is giving you. It's giving you a blueprint, how to act, what steps you need to take. It's going to give you all the knowledge you need from all the people who I've studied with, Harvard, Yale, RADA, Juilliard, ACT, people who've been on Broadway, people who have been off Broadway. It's a collage of knowledge. If you're interested in that, go ahead and get it today. It takes 2 minutes to sign up. It is only for a serious actor, though. I mean, if you want to take this business seriously and you really want to get into it, this is going to be the perfect course for you. And if you don't like it, return it. That's the beautiful thing about it. If you don't like it, if it's not working for you, return it. It's kind of like if you go to the store and you buy a shirt, you're like, oh, I think this is going to be a great shirt. And you buy the shirt, you go home, you wear the shirt, and you're like, oh, this doesn't look good on me at all. Then you go back to the store and you return it. Now, of course, you can't return it, in a year, but you can decide pretty quickly. Once you're going through the course, if you decide, hey, not working for me, return it. No harm, no foul. I want you guys to get the most out of it. If you're not getting anything out of it, then don't get it. All right? Also, because this channel has been doing so well, and we have hit 2019, as you guys may have seen in my last video, we're going to be expanding the channel even more. So, we're going to have a lot of acting stuff that we're doing still. We're not going to stop any of that, because I love acting, and acting is still what I want to teach you guys. But we do want to expand the channel a little bit more. So we're going to still continue to do all the acting that we're doing. We're going to be incorporating vlogging videos, and then we're going to be incorporating gaming videos, and I think that's going to be really fun for you guys. It is stuff that I like to do. Vlogging, I'll get to show you guys my life a little bit more. We have the acting side that you guys obviously already know. Then we're going to have some of the gaming side. It's going to build a more personal experience for all of us, and that's kind of what I'm about. I'm about giving you guys that experience, and hopefully we can all have fun together. So, anyways, thank you all for your support. I look forward to seeing you guys, and make sure if you're new to this channel and you want to see more, click that subscribe button. And then maybe you can even give this video a thumbs up. I'll take all the thumbs up I can get. And then if you don't like the video, you can still give it a thumbs up. All right, thanks guys.